Carl, Brendan, and Daniel from Games, Brains, and Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial.com for sure. And it's reaction time. We're going to the blacker side of metal for Nixil's In Thrall, the second single to be taken from the black metal group's forthcoming album, From the Wound Spilled Forth Fire. Out on that album title is so black metal. Oh, goodness me. It is out on August 25th via Prosthetic Records, one of my favorite labels. Prosthetic Record puts out a bevy of extreme music. I thoroughly enjoy a lot what they do, so I'm supremely confident that this will be right up my street, right up Brendan's street, I suspect. But there is a third person amongst us who I suspect is going to have a less than pleasing time. Before we even hit record, he was complaining about the length. So there you go. That's a big clue. So 7 minutes.
Songs should be 2 minutes 20 total. Anything longer than 3 minutes, you're a prick.
Yes, there you go. There is the use attitude to music, something we obviously thoroughly disagree with, and you're not a prick if you like longer songs.
I'm joking, I promise.
Of course, of course, I mean, of course.
You literally just discounted like 98% of all the music in the world.
Even pop songs are longer than that.
2 minutes 20.
So I'm not familiar with this band or this song. This is completely blind for all of us. Anyone familiar with Nixil?
No.
Familiar with black metal?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, black metal is such a wide and encompassing genre term these days. I mean, when you say black metal, are we talking the early 90s Emperor / Dark Throne, that kind of thing? Are we looking at Cradle of Filth mid 2000s? Are we looking at symphonic later stuff from Dimmy Borgir and so on? Who knows? That's the joy. Why are you laughing?
Oh, sorry. It's done that thing that I love so much when it's listed the band members, right? On vocals, C. On drums, Key. On bass, Aurora. On guitar, Alden. And on the other guitar, Shane. I love it when they do that. All these cool names, then John.
Oh, that is amazing. Oh, that is amazing. I love that. You're right.
Shane a name.
Shane didn't want to play along, man. That's what that is. I love that.
It was like
hashtag going, save Shane.
Shane showed up on the first day and was like, "Oh, you're right. You're Key. You're C. Aurora. Alden. See, I've fucked up somewhere."
Maybe that's like his nickname. Maybe he's like Peter, and he's gone like, "Oh, I'll be Shane."
Yeah, something even more. Okay. All right. This is In Thrall. We're going to do this now in 3, 2, 1, go. We're all going to be looking out for Shane now. Okay.
There he is.
He walked through the logo. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. We're going to be here a while. There were 6 of them.
Yeah. Cuts down the length of the song.
They not walk a bit quicker.
No, I like it. I like this droning effect. It's a nice, strong build because you kind of know, like, we're about to. Awesome. Halfway there, Dan. There we go. Survived it. There was something really controversial that happened during that. Really shockingly controversial, and like so much so that I immediately wrote it down. Was like, I'm coming back to this controversial moment because goodness me. Dan, did I see you drinking a Budweiser? It's literally one of the worst drinks in the world.
It's the cheapest one. It was the
It's
cheapest
not the
one.
cheapest
It was
one.
the cheapest one at Nixil.
There we go. What, Nixil don't do the old, everyone does that old brand beer like that's 20p. That's
They
still probably
don't.
better than Budweiser.
It's
Ah.
fine. It's just
I can't stand that drink. Even, even back, when I used to kind of drink the cheaper stuff as well, Budweiser's just taste was always so off-putting to me. Just I noticed, I was like, what kind is a Budweiser? He's drinking a
it's
Budweiser.
fine. It's
Outrageous.
just fine. It's just fine.
It's not just fine. It's still outrageous. It's outrageous.
It's talk about the
What
song.
next? Foster's?
No, never. Sorry, I won't go that far.
Okay, Nixil in Thrall. I didn't love it, if I'm honest. I didn't love it. I did enjoy it to begin with, but you know what? It's too long. I started to find myself.
Oh, it's too long.
This song is. I found myself really beginning to drift, my attention beginning to wane in the last 2 minutes, particularly as you get that consistent repetitiveness of the screaming and the shouting and the fast guitars and stuff like that. And the longer that went on, the more my mind started to wander. And I was kind of looking at the length of the song thinking, okay, we're going to do this for the last 2 minutes. We're going to wrap it up in a different way. And it's a little bit of a shame because before that, I was kind of really into it. It's a quite an interesting blend of that traditional black metal sound, but given this kind of magical feel to it, where it's got this more of a sinister edge and a devilish kind of thing going on, particularly added with the video, which is very cool too. And you've got a lot of this kind of broken up soloing going on as well, which is something you don't often get in black metal, which is a nice different kind of touch. So up to that point, I was kind of really into it. And just the more it went on, the longer it went on, I started to find my attention waning. Did anybody else find that?
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay,
I
right.
did.
Right, well, go on then. You can go then.
Wow. I didn't like it.
Mm.
I found myself being really bored, and I meant to write it down, but I didn't. But I still remembered anyway. So they did this like mixing thing where they had one guitar in each ear, and it became really jarring really quickly once I realized, and it was like a confirmation bias thing. So every time I noticed it, I'd be like, it's that thing again. It got really grating really quick, and then it became hard to listen to. So yeah, it's too long. It's boring. The music's not for me anyway. But had that song been 3-4 minutes long, maybe I could have come away with something I enjoyed. But I found my attention drifting completely and ended up being so out of it for that song that I barely remember anything.
You were, when I asked that question, you shook your head there, Brenda, so I take it you've got a different view.
I liked it.
Yeah?
I didn't think it was too long. In fact, actually, the bits that, I suppose the bit that you were pointing out, like that bit where it was repetitive at the end was probably like my favorite part of it.
Wow.
I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really, really cool. It was getting faster and faster, the extra back in, so you had a couple of different layers of vocals to it. Musically, I loved the song. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. I thought the guitars were great. I wasn't 100% on board with the vocals. Like I think they were better when they were further in the mix and there was backing and stuff like that around them. When they were doing sort of verses on their own, I didn't think they were like as strong as I would have liked them to have been, but that's a minor. I weirdly, although I kind of lost my excitement after a while, I very much enjoyed the video despite what it was. I quite liked the whole silhouette thing.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Thought it was quite different, added a little bit of mystique, so yeah. Quite traditional at times, but then the guitars kind of take it away from that a little bit. Backing vocals I felt were a bit different and kind of quirky as well at times. To be honest, it wasn't. It kind of again took it out of that traditional, like overly traditional camp. But yeah, and then I did write down. It was like that when it was going through that ever increasing sort of speedy section at the end of it. I thought that was absolutely phenomenal. Loved it. Could see myself headbanging happy along to that. So for me, I get like it hasn't changed. It's not a changed the world black metal song, but it's a good, strong black metal song. Which for me, in a world full of core, I will take. So
Interesting. So we've kind of got like the highly negative view from Dan, not liking it full stop. You've got mine enjoying elements of it, but getting a little bored by the end. And you got Brendan pretty much enjoying it all the way through. There you go. That's three very different opinions. That is in Thrall by Nixil. What do you reckon? Who do you agree with? Are you anti it, Dan? You middle of it, me? Or you pro it, Brendan? You know what to do. Let us know in the comments.
Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?